Hola, soy Juan Nieto. En el día de hoy te enseñaré a editar en DaVinci Resolve para iPad. ¡Comenzamos! Download DaVinci Resolve for free on the App Store. By holding this icon, I will import a folder. You can choose one that is in your iPad's internal storage or on an external hard drive. The A-roll in this case are the clips where people appear talking to the camera, and the B-roll are the complementary clips. Edit A-roll. To enable this tab, the Edit tab, go watch this video at this minute. I will open the A-roll folder. This is the original audio from the video captured by the camera's microphone.
Primer hogar hecho a su medida. El lote es absolutamente privilegiado.
And this is the audio recorded separately so that the audio will be of higher quality.
El proyecto Casa Mirador de la Montaña parte del sueño de una...
To replace the camera audio with the recorded audio, select both clips. Hold two options. Auto Sync Audio, based on waveform. I will do the same with the other interviews. This will be the result.
Él quería un teatro especial, y ella por su parte...
I'll select them all and move them to the timeline. By going to this icon, you will be able to change the display of the audio waves to make them more visible. Open the inspector and raise the volume of the clip. Also with the others. I'll make the first cut. Select the clip and click on the scissors. Click on the pen.
El proyecto Casa Mirador de la Montaña parte del sueño de una pareja de construir su primer hogar hecho a su medida.
While it's playing to see where I make the next cut, I'm telling you that these 3 interviews were done with a teleprompter to facilitate not only the recording process but also the editing process. Days before the recording, I asked each one to prepare their script and send it to me as a document. If you want to learn how to shoot high-quality interviews with your phone, go watch this video for free. In this case, a Canon R6 camera plus an RF 24-70mm lens with 2.8 aperture was used. If you want to make your videos look expensive, use a camera instead of a phone. Learn how to set it from scratch step by step by joining as a member of this channel to access this playlist. Also to have direct contact with me to answer any questions that you have, or to give you my feedback of your videos to take them to the next level. With the same script that they wrote, I guide myself in the editing.
Principal se continúa el recorrido con un formidable hall que dirige la visual.
Otra vez.
Sí.
Con
Sí, perdón. El proyecto Casa Mirador de la Montaña no recibe desde el acceso, sino que se va descubriendo al descender. Las escaleras principales están diseñadas para... La gran cubierta verde tiene un eje central.
Next interview. Even with a teleprompter, some people find it difficult. Ideally, just before starting to shoot, tell them to practice. With that on camera, everything will go more fluid. The program is crashing suddenly, on some occasions. The good news is that everything is saved automatically. The bad news is that the editing tab disappears and you have to reopen it from a keyboard. If the comment doesn't work, you have to read the entire process of assigning the comment. Here we already have the usable fragments of the A-roll. There are so many cuts and it's so long, almost 3 minutes. It will be necessary to add shoots that complement what each interviewee is saying. That's where the B-roll comes in. I will open the respective folder. Select all the clips and drag them to the timeline next to the A-roll. Change the canvas view to fit. I will remove the audio by unlinking them. and I will begin to cut them at the beginning and at the end, leaving the fragments that are not overexposed, out of focus, and the movement is fluid. I leave similar fragments to finally decide which one I prefer. Some shoots I did it in reverse because it was more comfortable. I'll put them to the right away. After this video, go watch this free course about how to shoot and edit videos only using your phone. We're lucky to get this heaven on the outskirts of Bogota. In most of the shots, a stabilizer, the DJI RS-C2, was used. This footage was shot at 60 frames per second instead of 24, in case the movements were too fast, having the option in editing to slow down the clip. Edit B-roll with music. I'll move the A-roll, then look for the B-roll shot I want to go first in the whole sequence. Hold for options. Change clip speed. Reverse. Now I will add a music track. This original royalty-free high-quality music, like all the background music in this course, I found it on this site by filtering by genre, cinematic, and acoustic. Join artlist.io to make your videos a unique audiovisual piece for only $9.99 per month. Sign up through the link in the description to get 2 months free on your subscription. This clip is going a little fast, so hold for options. Change clip speed to -50% to keep it in reverse. Right on this beat, I'll add a marker to keep it in mind in case I want to change the shot for another later. I look for the clip that I want next. I will also slow it down, this time 50% instead of -50% to keep it right. Right on the beat, I'll add another marker and trim the clip. I'll delete this shot and drag to the beginning the one that I want. On the beat, trim the clip. Color. Jump to the Color tab. Add a new node. Raise the highlights until they hit the 1023 line. Don't cross it or the clip will lose detail in the brighter areas. Reduce the shadows. Not to 0, because some areas already look very dark, until 128 looks good. Control the midtones for an attractive contrast. And finally, increase the saturation to make the colors look more vivid. Before and after. Next clip. The same, add a node, raise highlights without blowing, shadows to 128, control the midtones, and raise the saturation to bring the sky to the life. Next clip, same steps. From the Editing tab, you can disable and enable the color changes you have made. ¡Suscríbete! Decrease the music volume with keyframes. I'll delete this space.
El proyecto Casa Mirador de la Montaña.
To make the voice sound clearly, it will be necessary to decrease the volume of the music. Select the track, open the inspector, and right where the clip begins put a rhombus called keyframe. Then move the sweep a bit and decrease the volume to around -20. With that, a ramp will be created.
El proyecto Casa Mirador de la Montaña parte del sueño.
We can modify it only by selecting the keyframe created. I will move the whole A-roll to gain a little more space of the beginning of the first interview.
El proyecto Casa Mirador de la Montaña parte del sueño de una pareja de construir su primer hogar.
Add logos. Drag the logo of the architecture studio to the timeline above the first clip. Jump to the Color tab, and just by raising the shadows to the maximum, the logo will be completely white. Return to the Editing tab, open the inspector, and reduce the size. I place it below. Adjust the screen to fit. Add titles. Open the Effects panel and search text. I'll place it above the logo. Close the Effects panel, open the inspector, and change the text. The font. Reposition it. I will add the location of the house and change the size of the text. Add transitions. Open the Effects panel again. Go to the Transitions tab. I will drag this to the beginning and the end of the logo and the text. I'll shorten the duration of the transitions by taking the edge and dragging. I will add the logo to the corner of the entire video. Also put a transition on it.
El proyecto Casa Mirador de la Montaña parte del sueño de una pareja de
Going back to the titles. I'll also add a transition at the beginning. I will add contrast and saturation. Combine A-roll with B-roll. I will import the drone shots.
El hogar hecho a su medida. El hogar hecho a su medida. El lote es absolutamente privilegiado y una de las más contundentes que tiene el proyecto es la visual hacia el occidente, sobre la sabana bogotana donde se ubica el embalse de Aposentos. La topografía del
Right here, I will make a cut to give a space for the interview.
sabana bogotana donde se ubica el embalse de Aposentos.
This audio track is ending abruptly. Take this little icon and drag.
Donde se ubica el embalse de Aposentos.
There is a very interesting tool that allows you to choose the fragment of each clip, respecting its duration. Export in high quality. Before exporting, you can preview your sequence by pressing full screen. Assuming that we have already finished the editing, go to Quick Export, Export, and you can save it in the internal storage of the iPad, iCloud, or the external disk. You can watch the final version of this sequence right here. See you, thanks for watching.